was 69 yesterday versus Cloud9. So I think they're warmed up. They're now going to be confident from that first map win, which was so convincing. 10 rounds in a row and just dominantly put fnatic in their place multiple times. But here we go. Going into this map, GODSENT starting on CT side, fnatic on the T side.
Yes, we've got some utility out from Crims as well, so interested to see where that's going to end up, but it might not even get a chance to get it out. Joel looking for the frags and using this USP to its strength at range. Easy stuff, finds two, sticking around for a little more as well. Going to tag Nikodos down, but that puts a real spanner in the works. One of the players that he took out was Crims, who of course was that player with all the utility. But they found themselves on towards the B bomb site. So it was kind of the classic setup from GODSENT in a pistol where you go for a lot of bodies towards connector. Leaving their B bomb site completely open though. I'm not so sure if I'm a fan of that one. Rusty got to be careful not to drop the kit towards heaven as well. Make sure that you can get in towards this site. But as the bomb goes down, fnatic are going to look to get cheeky. Trying to push forwards. Fascia, maybe with a chance to get in behind. Mezzi can't find anything. It is just going to be Fascia remaining against 5 here. They're not going to expect him at heaven, but it does get checked by ZCR in the end. And that will be Rusty to pull off the defuse. And the pistol goes the way of GODSENT.
The bomb going down, though, that is going to be the question mark here. fnatic could try and force into this one or go in for the full tasty bind into the third one, get that conversion back on over. Okay, seems like Mezzi has made the call, force up into this. Galil's going to be coming out on the board. That was a solid round from GODSENT. Those first initial picks were absolutely beautiful from Joel. He has been really good on his aim. Excited to see what they managed to pull off into this one. Crim's going down for all that utility was a bit of a scary moment, but the bomb going down almost instantaneously was really useful for them. Able to play aggressive in towards that B site with no contention. Right off the bat, a little bit of damage over to Roy. Tagged down to 65. Still Galil in hand, so 3 Galils, 1 Deagle, 1 Scout. They could make something of this, but so far none of them have any kills.
Pretty slow one coming through from fnatic. Just sending the feelers out there. See what they can find, see what comes their way. And so far, nothing. GODSENT really safe play from them, and yeah, just not looking to really get too aggro into this round for sure. But we'll see. fnatic maybe going to abuse the fact there's not as many smokes on the rotation towards the monster area. It leaves this B bomb site pretty open. They look like they want to hit the B site.
Could be the smart choice here, but they are going to be playing up against 2 players. Rusty over towards the toxic barrels, and obviously Joel sitting in towards the water area. To team up and buddy up here. The MP9 through the corner of the smoke gets the initial kill. Good utility coming through. He does team flash. There's been a couple of wasted utility on their side, and even Rusty with the MP9 gets the first kill. It's looking rather spicy. Joel and ZTR just going to team up with these rifles and make mincemeat out of this team. So that force, wow, it's rather useless. So we go through into this next round. Very little money in the bank for fnatic, so they're going to have to go through and save into this round, maybe a pistol or 2, and then go for, well, the conversion on the 4th round.
The power of the second round force buy, you would expect fnatic to find at least something. And they get zilch. So...
Oh. Yeah, I hadn't even realized that. 0 kills still across the board. That is... It's going to be extra pressure on them.
Really not a great start, to be honest with you. Ooh, triple nade comes in towards the boost spot. No one playing it, though, from the side of GODSENT. A return frag attempted, but completely failed. We all saw that. Either way, it will be fnatic. You know, man down. Don't expect too much out of this round anyway. And, yeah, there's nothing really coming at the moment for T side. Roy, bit close. Will lose his teammate in the back, though. Joel going to close the gap here and try and find this frag. Not really presenting itself just yet, but all the kills coming in for the rest of the squad. ZTR with a double spray down. Roy, there you go. Spam down. We were waiting for that to happen. The spam kept on coming through, and again, another flawless round for GODSENT. So really, really solid economy that they've got themselves built up here.
This is probably the first time in a long time I've seen a player be able to go... Well, for one, Joel 7-0, but also Draken going 0-0 going into the 4th round. It's the first time I've probably seen it in a good year or so.
Yeah, kind of wacky. Kind of wacky. Draken not really been in the action. Can't blame him too much. He's not been required, so it's the aggressive stances from the rifles that's been finding most of the success, I would say.
The question is, has there ever been a team 007?
Oh. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not that deep. But we'll see. We might get a chance. We might get a couple out in this game, to be fair.
No.
Roy, not going to be, not a whole team. There can only be one 007 if you think about it. But we could get the entire, MI5 bracket. What was Sean Bean? He was like 006 or something. Turned into a bad guy. Yeah. From a little village near where I used to live, to be fair. Sean Bean. Either way, I don't know. Claim to fame. Mezzy getting aggressive here, trying to find the frags. It will be Fasher out with the trade there. 2-on-2. Big one for Plopsky. Actually bails on it, though. Not going to go too deep for that frag, but at the very least has got the information, able to split them apart. Will lose his life to Fasher. However, a touch and go kind of round from fnatic looks to find success. Rusty could cut them off here. They look like they want to go back towards that B-bomb site instead.
Playing together is going to be really important. They are going to expose themselves, and Rusty does find one. He's the last player left alive, and he's got very low HP. Nicolas has been given this information that the tags have come through. As well. Like to play aggressive. Going down towards the B site, probably smart choice. He's got a double flash Molly as well, but Rusty has read him like a book. Molly goes out to the wrong position. Rusty's just going to be waiting. Nade's going to be going out, but maybe gives away the game. He drops down and might cover up his position. He gets the spray through the wall. They get the 4th round. They do lose a lot of players, but considering that was all their first deaths, they still have so much money in the bank, especially after that round win. 9k, 9.6k. They are looking super healthy, and fnatic are going to have to get a grasp on this economy rather soon.
I think you summed it up beautifully, though, with Red Like a Book. It definitely was from Rusty. Found that first frag, immediately dropped back, decided to go towards the B-bomb site. Dropped a nade as well. I think it was a flash. Might have even been a smoke that he committed to that A-bomb site just to fully sell the fact that he was sticking around. But little did Nikodos know. And then there just wasn't really enough time for Nikodos to get off the bomb. Oh, man. Beautiful move. Beautiful move from Rusty coming through.
We really need to see Crims and Nikodos come through and do some hero plays. Roy as well, but honestly, I don't think you have to ask him. He just does it. He managed to get the first kill that last round. Made a bit of an opener, but the trade right back on his head. Mezzy then straight back over. Being able to get that trade on long as well. It was looking rather tasty for them, but again, they get the advantage and it just gets snatched out of their hands. Either they play fast and manage to wipe out the side of GODSENT, or they seem to just fall apart and unable to really contest versus this firepower that seems to be coming alive on GODSENT's side.
Plopsky got to be careful. He's really caged in here. There's a lot of bodies around him. A bit of nade damage on the Flasher. Flash comes in, and he will win the fight. Can't get the second, though. Traded out pretty quickly. Going to be good for the T side, so they'll take that. They will take that. Nice spot here from ZTR. Nikodos trying to get cheeky. ZTR continues to frag. 8-1 right now alongside Joel. The two of them just taking over the game. And fnatic do not have an answer right now. Crims, Nikodos yet to frag. Mezzy does find Rusty. So again, it gets kind of interesting towards this B-bomb site, but the defense has been bolstered over here. I would say this looks pretty good for the GODSENT side, to be honest with you. Crims, Mezzy, Roy, all trying to get into this bomb site. Nice find here from ZTR on the backside. Just going to be Mezzy, low HP. Surely not a chance. Only 10 seconds to get the bomb down as well. Yeah, just not going to happen for him. Draken finds him nade in hand. And yet another round for GODSENT. This is getting scary again for fnatic.
Smart plays coming out from the side of GODSENT. Wouldn't have been surprised to actually see a timeout here, but honestly, this round's going to be a bit of a waste. No, there you go. They do decide to go for the timeout. They have to try and work out if they force into this with their economy as to where it is. They've obviously got full round loss bonus. So they can at least go down to about 2k, maybe even just a bit under that if they want to play a little bit stronger into like a pistol and armor buy, maybe a Mac 10 on one of the players and go for a bit of a fast play. I don't know if that's going to be something that works against GODSENT, but I mean, realistically, fnatic, I'm not quite sure what they do here.
It is a very good point. I think they're also stuck for ideas, to be honest with you. It looks like they're going to go somewhere down the middle for this one. And then I would imagine some of that timeout has been used to talk about the next round, talk about the next rifle that they absolutely have to get on the board because this game, again, similar to Ancient, is starting to get away from them. GODSENT proving that they are matching up against fnatic. 66 in the world versus 11 in the world on the HLTV, and so far GODSENT really playing above their means. There is a lower bracket, I suppose. That's the one saving grace for fnatic at the moment, but they don't want to be checking out super early to get there. A hard-fought battle, maybe, you know, you go, damn. It was close, but not quite our day. GODSENT, though, making sure that this, again, continues to look dominant, and I'm not starting. I am worried for fnatic once again that I just don't know whether they can match up today.
The Swedish talent is just so scary. I mean, Joel is 18 years old. This is his, I guess. I mean, he's played on Monty previously for a short time between July and October last year. And previous to that, I mean, he hasn't really played on any notable teams. And he's been around since about 2020. So, the last couple of years. Good kill from Mezzi, but I don't know if he's going to be able to recover that gun. ZTR going to be holding on to this position. Draken as well with the AWP towards that short and towards position. Backing up, deciding that they don't need to hold on to that real estate. Smart choice. ZTR goes down. Now this round has legs on it, but Rusty and Draken are still on towards the A site at the moment. Rotation going to be coming out from Joel. First kill from Draken. That's the first one they needed. Rusty going to be following up with another one. The scout shot comes through, but it's not going to be enough. Good round from fnatic to be able to get at least a couple of kills there. So now they can go into this following one by fully up on all their players. Nicodemus is trying to work out if he's going to get an AWP or not. You can see he's got 5.9k in the bank. Bit of a discussion going on. I'd probably say he needs to. I think they need to get some of these sharp kills with that gun, and that's exactly what they end up doing.
All right. This is probably the best buy that we've seen out from fnatic in a while, and they absolutely need it. Struggle is real so far. Double Molotov coming through. A bit of damage done on towards Roy. Going to allow the CTs to get aggressive as well. Plopsky does bail on the idea, but at the very least, putting the fear of GODSENT into fnatic right now.
Whee.
Yeah. I was going to say God, and then it was just right there for the taking. So I had to do it.
Smooth. Absolutely love it. 6 rounds. So last game we saw 10 rounds in a row from GODSENT, but that was after losing the pistol in the follow-up round versus fnatic on Ancient. But it's looking like they're wanting to be like, now we're going to get 10 rounds on Overpass and just prove how dominant we can be at this level. Because this is a team that are yet to prove themselves. I mean, like you said, what are they, like 16 in ratings at the moment? So then they're not in the top 20. fnatic, they should be doing a lot better than they are, but just going back to what I said in one of the previous rounds, they are being read like a book.
Yeah, fnatic kind of know it as well. They're looking for early opportunities to come their way, some aggression. But GODSENT don't need to get aggressive. Their setups are already proving to be strong enough. They're already looking decent in the interim. So, you know, fnatic playing the passive game, I don't know whether it's necessarily the move. They're just winding the clock down, hoping for an opportunity to come their way. Flash not quite good enough. One way here for Rusty to work with as well. The contact flash from the CT side is solid. And there they fall. Nika Doz and Roy are the only two that remain. Not a single frag comes in off the back of the attack. Roy will battle hard to find Joel. But that might just be all she wrote. Only 10 seconds to get onto the site. Not going to happen. AWP retrieved. And another round going the way of GODSENT.
I think if Roy had been able to stay more alive rather than only having a few HP, they might have tried to do something there. But with such little time, I think by the time the kill from Roy had come out, we had about maybe 17 seconds, 11 o'clock, maybe even less than that. That double kill, though, is going to haunt the fnatic players down in towards that monster position. Crim's still sitting on 0-7. Nikodo's on 1-6. He has been gifted the AWP back, thanks to one of the players picking it up at the end there. Need to see if he's actually able to accomplish anything with it. It's going to be the real issue. No long presence from either one of these players, teams rather, as of yet. Underpass door has been opened. There's a little bit of a debate. We're going to be seeing Plopsky hold into this position as usual. Not playing for information though. Just a little bit more passive. Draken with the AWP. Nikodo is going in for this peak. He's done it before. Last round. Fairly successfully. This time round, it's not going to be as useful.
Fasher on an info play here in towards connector. Molotov to come through. It's the close angle being held. Joel going to find him. Draken, meanwhile, looking good here. As he will actually go down. Plopsky's found Roy. All a bit weird at the moment. There's frags all over the shop. Nonetheless, a 4 versus 3 once the dust settles. Looking very good for GODSENT. They've got them caged in towards the short area as well. So really worrisome stuff, I would say, for the squad of fnatic as it continues. But they're just going to go pushing in. They're going to hope that the peak doesn't come from behind, and I think that might be the move for them. This is the only real area that they can get control of. Nice catch onto ZTR, though. And now it gets very scary indeed. Plopsky going to go pushing forwards. Joel backing him up. There is that rotation that comes through. Plopsky on the backside gets the perfect timing, though. 10 seconds again to get this bomb down. Not looking good. Can the frags come in? No, they can't. Crimsy broke the curse. He does manage to get his first on the board, but no more than that. And GODSENT, again, will find success.
Really good recovery. You could see how the GODSENT players were playing in towards obviously that connector position, that just play style. They're making sure to watch each other's backs, and then they were able to just push straight up in towards short, especially when Crim's got that kill on long. All the information they needed was right there, so Plopsky was able to push up with his teammate, able to find that double kill, and that was just game straight there with Crims in a difficult situation to try to win that out. Pistol round from this team. They spent a lot of money into this with a couple of players going to be on $1,600, one on $1,700. Buying into this next round, 4-round lost bonus. There's still going to be a bit of a struggle. Crims with the kill. Rifle unattainable though. Tech 9s, fantastic guns for going in for the entries. But these long-range fights are super hard to make with them, especially versus the rifles. And Joel is going to be going in for the hunt. He wants to try and find a kill here, get the early advantage, even more cemented. The bomb goes down. He goes for the spray, gets some damage, but not the kills. Rusty's going to be there, going in for the trade. It's going to be a double kill, looking in for the third. Roy gets the trade. Like I said, those long-range fights are super hard to try and win for that Tech 9.
Yeah, a real challenge. They will be happy with that, though. I think, doing some damage there, keeping that economy brought down. It's pretty strong at the moment, but, it's certainly something to consider. And also, GODSENT just got to watch themselves. They're getting kind of overconfident in places. Don't let that creep into the rifle rounds, because it really could punish you there. fnatic are going to use that as a round to study from. How do they play? How do they react to particularly the short area? So I think that's maybe what the timeout is about, that they're perhaps going to look towards the short area once again in maybe not this round, maybe a follow-up. I don't know. They're out of room at the moment. They need the round. So I think anything that they can work with would be ideal here.
Going into the 10th round, fnatic really, really struggling. Unable to find any real openings. I mean, just for everyone who is just joining in now, we actually saw fnatic lose the first 3 rounds without getting a single kill. It was only on the 4th that they managed to find a couple. That was Roy with the first kill that time round. But we move on. GODSENT, like you mentioned, could be getting a little bit too full of themselves. And that would be a big issue for them. Have to try and stay humble. Stay realistic. I'm really impressed with ZTR. Not only in this game, but in the previous. He's a bit of an unknown entity to me. He's definitely been proving himself, so I'm excited to see how much more he can pull off. He's going to be in a difficult situation. The flash comes out, gives away his position, and he drops. Really good kill. fnatic advantage. The first real time they have not been instantaneously traded off.
Yeah. So therefore looking really good, but the AWP is out here towards long in the form of Draken. Good for the first. They're going to smoke him off. He's going to opt to get aggressive. Yeah, calls off that idea, and I think rightfully so, particularly with Plopsky finding a kill. That's going to be the man advantage for GODSENT swinging back in. Crims can't find anything. Really great move here from GODSENT. They lose control of long. Let's get aggressive on short. Very, very smart indeed, and, you know, super loose, which is great to see, particularly from a side that's winning so heavily. As he will get one back. Bash has found himself on towards the A-bomb site, creeping through long. So back towards a 2 versus 2. Joel with the flank from long, though. Should be able to get a frag here. He will do so indeed. 10 seconds. That's the bomb that hits the deck, by the way. Fasher will be able to pick it up and try and go for a plant here. Actually going to go on the other side of Dice. Smart stuff. The Molotov comes in. It's a bit too late. Will burn him, though. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful stuff from Rusty. And once again, another round going the way of GODSENT. They've hit the 10 in the row once again. Can they get any further?
It's just even more impressive going into this. I thought that first kill there, mate, I thought they were going to be able to do something with it.
Yeah, sure.
I think if they got that first kill and then decided to back off away from long and rotated away down through into that short position, they may well have been able to do something a little bit more. But because they were all so dedicated to that one spot and they had no presence on the map, that just allowed fnatic to, one, search for information, get hold of the real estate across the map, and just really put fnatic in their place, kill after kill, and Draken deciding not to play so aggressive, especially with Plopsy getting that kill in towards that toilet position, really just enabled them to be able to sit back, relax, and realize, okay, that first kill, bit of a mistake, have not put the person played there, but he got them the information they needed. And they simmered down a little bit.
Thanks to the bomb plant, they'll have enough to buy, so that certainly looks good to me, and they will have themselves a pretty decent buy to work with. A bit of lack of utility in places, but looks good to me. At the same time, they are yet to find a round. They've had buys better than this, and they've not been able to do anything with them. So, not all about the buys at this point, but, you know, always something worth talking over. Nice find from Nikados onto Plopsky as he gets overconfident. Spoke about it a couple rounds ago. It's crept in. Look at Draken's angle as well. Very, very aggressive here. Rusty going to go down towards B. Draken misses his shot. And that will be that. 2 remain. Surely fnatic cannot let this one slip up.
There's no way. There's no way you let this one slip away. You've got a 3-man advantage. You've got a solid control on the map. ZTR, he even has low bullets at the moment. He's only got 12. He goes over the spray, gets the kill. He's going to have to reload. Players pushing on. He has spotted them out, but he's the last one left alive. His teammate falls, so to try and go in for this clutch would be huge. He can't do it in first round. Finally finds its way onto the board on the 11th round overall. This is fnatic's map pick, keep in mind. And honestly, GODSENT have just been dominated and just having their presence known across the board. And even though they lost that previous round, they are able to buy into it. Interestingly enough, though, enough pressure has been applied to them where they haven't got unlimited bank. That is down to obviously being on the CT side where money's a little bit harder to get.
I'd say if GODSENT win this round, we start to look towards the game being over. So really, really important one here for fnatic to make sure that they can find some consistency, break the bank, and that would allow them to creep back towards 5. Great angle from Draken. It's so cheesy. It's so dirty. But in a round like this, that's exactly what you need. They've also got the triple boost coming in, which again is much the same. Oh, falling off at the worst possible time. A bit of panic setting in. Rusty nearly finds Crims through the smoke, though, off the back of the information at the very least. So solidifying their man advantage right here.
I have to agree with you. GODSENT, if they win this one, I think that will have to be a bit of a... Maybe too early on a GG. We have seen some wild comebacks, but... Oh, first kill going to be coming out. Rusty does go down. He's been a iconic player so far this game for GODSENT. The bomb waiting to get planted. Just going to get delayed slightly. The nade coming through. Mezzy going in for the plant. That molly quite out. Just out of place. Fortunate enough for them. So this could be the 12th round. I mean, sorry, the 2nd round for fnatic. As I think GODSENT have to save on this one.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why they bailed completely on the A-bomb site there. They've obviously gone for some info plays, but They didn't really commit to them. They didn't really stick to them. They're just very quick info. They know that fnatic have been going for a lot of slow rounds, and they just decided to bail on the B bomb site, and then Rusty plays the one man on B, you know, the anchor position. He plays it pretty poorly, to be honest, giving his life away for free. So, some confusion. After a strong start for GODSENT, that round looked like it was very doable. And I think they will be kicking themselves. They just guess at the worst possible time. They just make the wrong move. So, we'll see. But they survive the breaking of the bank, which is the important thing, of course.
Smart choice. Perhaps if they had forced that, they would have had their, obviously, that bank broken and allowed fnatic to get multiple rounds in a row. If fnatic can pile together 5 rounds, there is a chance on their CT side they can pull this back. But they're going to have to play very comfortably, very smartly. Let's see if Nikodos can get an early kill or not, but it's going to be Roy playing rather aggressive here. As per usual. He has died fairly early, currently sitting 3-9. He's not being as effective for his team so far on this map. ZTR playing in towards toilets. He's gathered a lot of information just from the sounds given over to him. So nades are tracked out over towards that connector position from B, and the boost does come through. Joel getting the kill on the Thrasher.
What has happened here? Draken all the way in behind. Could spot the bomb. Because they don't have the bomb.
He's got an AWP in his hand, though.
Yeah, I don't know about this. It's definitely a weird one. Oh, and the player's coming back for the bomb. Yep. Free kill and the bomb. Thank you very much.
And an AK.
That's got to be the round, to be honest. 40 seconds to, you know, give up all this control that they have wrestled for on the fnatic side of things. They've got to give it all up. They've got to go back. They've got to get the bomb. And Draken's not being predictable. He's being dynamic. He wasn't sat on top of the bomb there. He goes for an aggressive peek once again. Nikodos caught out in no man's land, and it's just Crims with 13 HP.
They're going to be kicking themselves. I'm sure Mezzi's going to have a few things to say about this. The coach as well. Golden is not going to be happy with that. And honestly, fnatic deserves some flack. If they let a player sneak up behind them. The bomb spotted, and then obviously a player getting dropped right away as well. Draken just playing the super aggressive AWP player. That is scary. We spoke about it last game, mate. The fact that this is just giving us a bit of the vibes from like 2016, 2017 kind of era from this player, where he obviously played on Epsilon and then got taken over to NIP. He played really well for a brief bit. fnatic only 2 rounds on their map pick.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Looks like things are going to continue, though, for the GODSENT side. 11 is already enough to work with, if you ask me, and they have potential to go even deeper here. I think the T side will be hard for them. A map that they don't play to great success, and obviously against much lower caliber opponents than fnatic usually. So the T side of Overpass is a real challenge. Can be very tough. But if you've got enough rounds to work with, obviously it becomes easy. So they're looking to find the biggest possible cushion possible. And I think indeed it's going to make all the difference for them moving forwards. But we'll see. fnatic hoping to close the gap if they can.
GODSENT got about 50% win ratio in regards to pistols on this map. That was a solid kill from Draken, taking down Roy. Mezzi and Roy down. Mezzi can at least now focus on the in-game cooling, but honestly, it's not worked so far whenever he's died. B could be a shout here, but the bomb is left in no man's land over towards Fountain in that mid position. We'll also say GODSENT, they have a 53% win ratio on being able to win the CT-sided rounds. T-side, about 10% less than that, so it might prove very difficult versus fnatic. We could see one hell of a comeback from fnatic. There is always that opportunity. Nikodos looking to get the kill on Plopsky. That does open up a potential Position here, Dragon, he puts away, it's gone too soon! Crims takes full advantage of this, gets a kill now, ZTR, perfect position to deny them, gets one, Fasher from behind, good trade, but no time.
Well, it's a difficult one there for fnatic to stomach. It looked like it was picking up pace towards the tail end of it, but yeah, like, was so very obvious. The time gets away from the 12 rounds now for GODSENT. This is just getting more and more unbelievable. The little team that could. Mad to think. And yet here we are with them looking very, very solid indeed. And we'll see. They've got 13 on the cards. The buy here from fnatic is not very good at all. Really worried for this T side that, you know, the game might just be over in the first half, to be honest with you, especially. I'd say 13-2 is got to be impossible to come back from. Even 12-3 is, I'd say, also maybe impossible. So, I don't know. Not feeling so good for the fnatic squad is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be implausible. There is that chance.
There always is. Yeah.
It's such an outside chance that it's on the verge of saying it's impossible. I have to agree. Well, Draken gets the first kill. That's going to be the informational play coming through. They do take down another one. This is huge. They have to get these rounds on the board. And they can't even get that many with all things considered. The nade's going to be coming out. It's going to be Mezzy going down. The bomb has been planted. Post-plant positioning is not the best, though. But only because we have, obviously, the outside knowledge. Nikodos is not in position to go in for the defense. He's holding up this mid position. They're trading up the spots at the moment, but honestly, I'd have to give GODSENT the advantage on this one. It's all going to be coming down to Fasher, but he has got an AWP. Keep that in mind. You have to drop it if he really wants to have the advantage on this one. The first kill could come out from him, but he gets the tag, not the kill. Crims is there to help, gets the shot. Nikodos onto another one, but the bomb has been defused because none of them had sightlines on it.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. My goodness. 13 rounds should be enough for GODSENT to work with, I would imagine. Oh my lord. Craziness coming in. We'll see how things pan out after the break. Welcome back, folks. 13-2 at the turn of the half. Need I say more? I think it paints a picture in and of itself, to be honest with you. There is no easy way for fnatic to get this one done. They'll be on the CT side. It's the stronger side of the map. Apparently. Definitely is if you're GODSENT. So we'll see what happens here. Bouncing in, they're going to go. Playing with the confidence. That is a 13-2 pistol strat. If ever I've seen it. They are looking for the scraps, looking for the fights here. And, well, they might just get away with winning them. ZCR with a ridiculous one. Mezzy will chime in onto Draken. The Julies of Fasha up close. It's going to be Mezzy and Crims, though, to get... Mezzy and Fasha, sorry, to get it done. 3 versus 2. No kit available. And they've got very little information as well. There's a peek up from Joel. Should have been the frag for him. Not quite able to get it done. The Julies running rampant right now. Leaving it all down to Joel. Oh, what has happened here? Mezzy finds the frag onto Joel, and that'll be the pistol going their way. My goodness, Fasher has bailed them out.
fnatic, maybe they can get 10 rounds in a row and equalize. Well, if they get 11 rounds in a row, that is. That'd be a rather spicy one. I appreciate the jumping around the corners and, you know, just going a bit YOLO down that short position. It worked out initially. What was it? Joel missing all those shots. It's going to really cost them coming into this next round. Going to be seeing a force coming out from them. It's going to be the deagle on the likes of ZTR. He bought a rifle, drops over to his teammate. Making sure Rusty can play solidly. 16-6 at the moment. He has been on point. Lots of utility on that player as well. Potentially would have wanted to leave it on ZTR and a couple of the other players. Not to dogpile it onto one, but a lot of it's already been used as we move forward. On the side of fnatic, obviously they have bought into this. They've had to buy a lot of utility, so they haven't got as many big guns. 1 upgraded rifle, 2 unupgraded. It's going to be the 2 Famases on Mezzy and Roy. MP9s, Crims, Fasha. They can make a lot of work with that. But we wait and see. Seems like it's going to be an A hit.
Yeah, just contacting in at the moment. Waiting for an opportunity to strike. Joel's been a little bit 4x3. He had a freebie off to the left there. But unfortunately, his screen lets him down. Rusty going to get tagged up pretty low as well. Has been a scout tag land onto Roy, so the opportunities for frags are certainly here. But fnatic just not giving them a cross at all. 40 seconds left. And, well, the A bomb site very, very well defended here. I don't know how this one's going to go. Down goes Roy to Draken. Can they find any more? Yes, they can. Mezzy hidden away. He needs to go strong. He's got the MP9 to back him up. The contact flash is pretty clean. Fasher, though, keeping things competitive here. In towards the site. Big frag onto ZTR. And it will just be Draken. He's upgraded onto the FAMAS. He'll bring it down to a 1 versus 1. But the trade is instantaneous. And there goes the round for fnatic. It's costly in the end, but they'll be happy to get it.
We did say GODSENT could be facing some issues coming over towards their T side. The win ratio for their T side is definitely not as high compared to their CT one. And honestly, getting 13 rounds on the board so convincingly. And it was 10 rounds or so without being, well, dropping a single one as well. So it was absolutely fantastic play from them. But fnatic, this is their map pick. They should be prepared for this as they play into it. It is going to be a rifle from Joel. They're going to look to make this work, but, well, he goes down almost instantly without getting a single bullet off. I think his teammates actually took the shot over to Roy, who was able to back off here after doing his job. Managing to get that first initial kill, plus some extra information for them as well. Rifles now going to be in the hands of ZTR. So they are playing a little bit dangerously. Rusty's only got 600 in the bank. Joel with 500. Their economy is going to be a little bit staggered as they go through into the following round.
Pretty good to see, though, that the side of fnatic are still really confident. That's really solid. I think they'll be happy with the fact that they're able to pull off some confidence plays and make them work beautifully. So, more of that, please. ZTR contacting in. This time around, they will get the player towards long. Again, another great contact flash comes through. ZTR going to fall. And that will be the AK hitting the deck. So, they don't really have to worry too much about that. Player out towards long. Looking to get cheeky. Maybe the only one that we really expect to potentially find something. Potentially get the drop on a player. this Deagle. Oh, nice shot from Rusty. Oh, there was a chance for more as well. He's not able to finish anyone else off, unfortunately. Could have done some real good damage there, but not the case. fnatic grinding the rounds out, moving up to 5.
I think the main idea from that round, aside from winning, was really to try and put some pressure on the economy. That did work out. They got a couple of kills there. fnatic losing a few players. It is going to cost them. They are going to be able to buy into this next round. But the following round from this, as they're only going to have 1,400 round loss bonus if they do lose this round, that's when we could see the economy start to break from fnatic if GODSENT can pull this round out of the bag, which is going to be a buy round. A little bit of a sporadic one. Joel's had to opt in for the MAC-10. Honestly, chuck him a rifle. He has been an absolute sharpshooter. Maybe less so this game than the previous one. He's playing very aggressive though, so I guess it does make sense for him to have that MAC-10 going into that underpass connector position. See if he can find any initial kills or at least some baseline information. And keep an eye on that bomb as well. We did see fnatic end up losing one of their rounds because of leaving it in that area. It's going to be down to Rusty to pick that up on a rotation.
Again, GODSENT contacting A. They love this right now. Getting kind of predictable. Will be a re-aggress here from fnatic. They've got to be very careful. Oh my goodness. There's Plopsky to find Mezzy. Roy gets one. Can he get away with any more, though, is the question. There is 2 players ready to go as well. ZTR goes down. Nikodos finds Draken getting a bit cheeky. Trade is there. 3 on 2. With Plopsky in an advanced position, but there is, again, still a player in the bathrooms that really could be troublesome here. They've actually kind of bailed a bit on the A-bomb site, a bit unsure as to whether that bomb is going down. Fasher, though, gets cheeky, finds the frag onto Plopsky. It's all going to be onto Rusty. Contact flash keeps him at bay. The flank is here. Should be the end of the round. No sweat off the brow of fnatic. It'll actually be Fasher to find the frag, but it was secured. It was a double peak coming in there. And that will be number 6. They're looking pretty good. If they'd only managed to find a few more on their own T side, you know, we'd start to say, okay, gap closing. However, GODSENT, surely the slip-up comes eventually to allow GODSENT the claws.
I wouldn't have been surprised to see a timeout here from GODSENT. But I don't think they need it. I think they're still feeling really confident coming into this side. They are doing a fairly heavy buy into this, with all things considered. So partial buy from them. Bunch of pistols, bunch of utility, scout on side of Draken. If you can get that initial tag, that would be big. Allow these pistols to be a little bit more effective. The door is open. Joel going to get tagged. Wall banged a little bit from Mezzy. No follow-up shots though, up until right in that point. As I said, there were none. Then it comes through again. Tags onto Joel, who's now down to 50% of his HP. Are they going to do playing for contact over towards A once again? If they do, Nikodos is there with an AWP, so it's going to be super dangerous.
Very quiet here from the side of GODSENT, wanting to make this force buy work for them. Get these pistols to sing, particularly that Deagle, of course. Rusty with the aggressive move, doesn't spot anybody. Safe play from fnatic. Really not wanting to let these rounds slip away. A missed shot from Nikodos, though. Has to give up the position. Flash comes around for Roy to work with. Can't find the frag. Will at the very least keep his life and get some damage in there, though. Going to look to get a bit aggressive towards the bathrooms area. Has to be very careful of how he plays this one. Nikodos going to take a tag. There is a finish from Roy here as he's getting aggressive around the smoke. Nikodos going to go down. Mezzy and Roy both chiming in, however. Making things look good. As Mezzy finds another, it will just be Plopsky remaining with an M4 in hand, but I think it was out of ammo.
It won.
As he only shot one bullet there. Unlucky. fnatic, though, they will continue the trend and continue the moves here. We'll see what GODSENT have got. It's getting a bit scary now.
Yeah, I think he realized there's a high chance there's a player flanking him and he doesn't want to die out of time. I think he could have taken that split second to get the reload in. And here's the timeout that I was talking about for that last round. So now they're using it. They had that last that sort of little bit of a sporadic, like, okay, this can be a bit chaos, but now Fnatic are closing that gap. And it's starting to build up momentum, and that is a worrying thing. When a team like Fnatic start to build up their momentum, and you're GODSENT, a team that have been playing majority versus tier 2 teams, you got to be a little bit concerned. Economy-wise, pressure is still on Fnatic. They're still losing players every single one of these rounds. There's a couple players with close to 3k. Well, 3.5 on Nikodos, 2.9 on Mezzi, so it's not looking the end of the world. It's going to be a buy coming out from GODSENT. Looking to play up on towards this A position, going up in towards the playground area. Roy, meanwhile, going to be exploring down in towards this connector position. Nikodos with the first kill. Draken's going to be losing that firefight. Same with Plopsky. They go down. Nikodos looking to play just full on aggressive. He's got the confidence. He's being told from Mezzi, just go for it. Hunt for them. Go for the kills. He gets the information as well. Backs off. Smart play.
Still in the round, though, GODSENT. Looking towards this B-bomb site, it would seem. It is well defended. Ooh, the Molotov just towards the end burns Rusty out. That's going to be information gain. Joel trying to be cheeky here and find a head. Not going to happen for him. Boost is here. Easy frag. Lovely read coming through from Fnatic as well to make that happen, and it should now be a much more solid chance in at the round, I would imagine. Contact from ZTR towards Monster. Waiting for something to come his way. They've got plenty of time to work with here on that GODSENT side of things. Slowly but surely, the creeper's way around. Only finds the one, and of course lost all his teammates there. So the gap continues to close. Now only 5 rounds. Fnatic have already found 5 rounds, you got to bear in mind. So this starts to look very, very doable. Just more of the same from Fnatic is all that's required. These rounds aren't even coming close from GODSENT.
Anubis is looking rather close. Just in the way that Fnatic are playing so confident. GODSENT only need 3 rounds, but that's still a lot with given how they're playing, and Fnatic are just outsmarting them. Reading them like a book. Similar to how obviously GODSENT played on their map pick Ancient. Fnatic are giving them a similar sort of experience. And obviously keep in mind Fnatic are used to playing this map versus much higher tier players and teams. Goodness, outsmarting. Crim's going to be in a difficult spot. He might end up dropping. He does. The trades are going to be coming out, but it's only one. Fasher going to be in a difficult spot. It's going to be the Tech-9s and Deagles coming out in fruition. Mezzi going to be able to get a multi-kill. Going in for 2. Going in for the 3rd now. ZTR, last one left alive. Trying to find this kill. Not going to happen. Aiming too low. Doesn't even get a bullet off.
Very simple stuff from Fnatic. It looked like GODSENT had maybe got the drop on them with the speed, trying to change things up a little bit. And it felt, okay, maybe this could be the round, maybe this could be the slip-up, but it was Mezzi. It was the fact that they played 3 solidly on B there from Fnatic as well. Staying dynamic, changing the setups, rotation play really solid at the moment from this CT side, and now the gap down to just 4. Yeah, yet to drop around on their CT side, looking to do a GODSENT impression, it would seem. And so far, it doesn't look too bad at all. A nice pickup coming in from Nikodos once again as he looks to get aggressive. They just cannot deal with the AWP. The frustration starting to set in for GODSENT, and it's really costing them opening picks.
They're not doing any counter strats versus this AWP position. This is, keep in mind, where Draken was playing constantly. He was playing aggressive. He was playing these cheesy angles.
Wow.
Blind shot. Times it up perfectly. Counts down the seconds, gets the kills, and we're going to be counting down the kills as well because, well, Joel's now gone and out so soon in the round. We've still got a minute left, and I mean, Rusty and Draken, I mean, they essentially are left with nothing they can really do here. They're going to have to go in for the save. There's not really much they can look to achieve here. Really well played by Fnatic, and like I was trying to get across is that they're just doing no anti-strats versus this AWP player who has honestly been a massive pain in the ass for them across multiple rounds right now. So this sort of mid-control, they keep losing it. And we saw last round they tried to go for a push over towards B, but Mezzi's making the right calls, going in for the 3-man stack over towards this site. Rusty's still going to go for this.
He's giving it a look. They kind of figured him out a little. I think they might have spotted a shadow down there. Now he's definitely going to save, as they have fended him off quite well. But yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's A very difficult position to be in. Fnatic running things back with 8 in a row so far. Really, really decisive stuff coming in. And again, it is just the way that the rounds are going down. Bombs not being planted. It's not coming close, not having to call upon the clutches or anything like that. They really are dominating right now, you know. So GODSENT very, very stuck for ideas. They will opt to go for a buy into this round again. This is also something that the T side have never really had control of their own economy, because I think they just got a bit cocky in the early game with many, many forces coming through. They just needed a solid eco, a solid set the economy straight, and it's just, again, set the trend for this entire second half. And I think they're now maybe at a point where they just can't recover.
I think it's exactly what we're talking about. The confidence really comes into play, and overconfidence as well. Last map, you mentioned it. GODSENT got pretty cocky. They started making a few slip-ups, but managed to pull it through. Stayed dominant on Ancient. But this one's a Fnatic's map pick, and as they go onto the CT side, they have the upper hand in regards to the play style, and Roy, oh my god, just pushes straight up and takes no prisoners whatsoever. But there is a different playing hand at the moment, as GODSENT have switched it up. ZTR only has a Galil though, keep that in mind. There's no insta-1 headshots versus any of these players. And Roy has backed off, not wishing to do his Draken impression. He's not going to be going and searching for the bomb. He's put a little bit of concern and delay on GODSENT's side. They're now unsure where this player is. Now they have to waste time worrying and clearing out this whole area.
Yeah, they're going to go for the reclear, though, towards the playground. We'll get most of the info over there. Sound going to be heard from Roy. Takes the peak. Wins the battle, going for more. He will go down. But still, with 30 seconds left and a man advantage, they know that realistically it can only be A. Rotations will come through. Fasher in a good spot. Really looking good here for the CT side then, as this utility starts raining on in. The T's got to pick up the pace a little. They're going to be dealing with a really heavily defended A bomb site, if not. Any contact flashes, there's one. There's the frag from Rusty as well. He will be traded out by Mezzi, though. Like I said, the rotations are in. 6 seconds. Bombs hit the deck. There's no time to get the plant in. That's going to be the round. And that will be just Draken surviving with the AWP. 11 rounds now for Fnatic. The run back nearly complete here.
Too slow. Far too slow. I think even down to the wire there, where they found no kills over towards the A site for so long. I think that at that point where you've got those 3 players who have got full rifles, potentially even going in for a save might be the call there. But now we see a bit of a broken situation on their side, because they're kind of positioned with, obviously, Draken with $100 in the bank. He has got an AWP in hand and armor. But this does mean that if they save this round, or at least go in for a couple of pistols and such, it means they're going to be left with Draken, who into the next round he's not going to be able to fully buy. They have got 3.4k round loss bonus. If you can survive the next one somehow with that gun, that'd be good. And well, they are just going in for the full YOLO buy here. What do you make of that?
I mean, Joel going for the AK is maybe a little bit too deep, but the down the middle I'm not against. You got to maybe do something here. But yeah, I don't know about Joel's AK.
Definitely going to be questionable. If he can find a kill, that'd be great, but Roy is just again playing super aggressive in towards this area. He spots out the feet, gets the kill. Not what you want if you're ZTR. Again, these players just able to push up so freely. Roy going in for the second one as well. Joel's still alive with the AK at the moment. He's nowhere to be seen, no kills. Draken with AWP as well, keep in mind. They lose these guns, that means this following round is going to be super hard. So unless they get some easy kills right now, I don't think they really want to play into this, which will mean that Fnatic should get the 12th round on the board.
Yeah, it all looks a bit broken from GODSENT. This comes after a timeout as well. Fnatic have nearly completed the mission of closing that gap. They don't want to be failing at the very final hurdle, though, that's for sure. We'll see what GODSENT have got still left, if there is anything in the back pocket at all. Yeah. Either way, This round not quite over. They are going to look to go for it. Contact towards B. Fasher with an off. Should be enough for him to find at least one. Yes, he does. Not quite the second. Joel has to go above and beyond. Not going to happen for him, though, with a player towards heaven. Draken again looking to hold on to the AWP. And it will be yet another round for Fnatic and yet another dominant round for Fnatic.
And another round for Draken to make it through with only $100 in his bank. Impossible for him to earn any more money, as he's unable to get any kills. Fnatic getting that early aggressive position over towards that park is just so detrimental to the side of GODSENT. They're unable to deal with it.
Their default is just kind of all over the place, to be honest, I think is the problem. They really look out of sorts when it comes to the team play. Default really isn't there. The spacing moving into certain areas is really off. So trade fragging is very difficult. They just don't... It feels like they don't have a clue how to play the T side at this point.
They look so good on the CT side, but T side, they just look like headless chickens. As brutal as that may be, it is the case. Similar to how Fnatic were, to be fair. Can't forget that, but honestly, Fnatic being able to get those rounds on the board on their T side is going to be making all the difference. Those first 2 pistol rounds, at the very least. Well, first pistol round, the second one following up. And yeah, I think it really does come down to the fact that the economy is just out of the hands of GODSENT, and especially T on Overpass, you need to make sure you have that ability to keep control of it, and they've just been forcing into pretty much every round, or at least a couple of players have been going a bit too deep. Joel obviously going into this round with only Galil, very little utility. They've got 5 flashes, 0 smokes, 1 molly. It's going to be super difficult to deal with, especially if you get mollied on site and you have to try and put out of a smoke or jump off the bomb. It's going to be pretty difficult for them. So far, they are playing contact over towards A. They haven't spotted out anyone. They've also not had any contact on them. And this kind of playstyle, Mezzy making these calls of being like, okay, you've been playing super aggressive every single round over towards Park. Change it up. Don't keep doing the exact same thing every single round. Know your limits.
Well, here we go. It's going to be an A play coming in. The burst round on the back of the flashes. Again, a very bolstered A defense ready to go. 3 players solidly coming in. Great flash to find the first, though. Nikodos with the AWP does manage to get a no-scope in. Mezzy as well chiming through. Can they find the trades? Oh, is that bomb down in time? It's not. It's not down in time. Fnatic win the round off the back of it. The bomb plant doesn't come through. That looked like such a good opportunity for GODSENT. And they just, by the half a second, if that, miss out on the opportunity. And that is disastrous. That really looked like it was workable for GODSENT there.
And that's the best they've done so far on the T side. That's the... Well, actually, I mean, did they get the bomb down?
I think we had some plants earlier on.
Yeah, we had 1 plant, and I think he ended up dying in the Molotov, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah,
I might be making that up in my head. I'll have to double check on the timeline on this. There was a plant on pistol round.
Right.
As well. So there is that. Other side from that, I don't think there was, actually. I think I was thinking of the other side. I think it was the final round of the... I think it was Crims that managed to get the bomb planted and then burnt alive. But yeah, GODSENT's so close yet so far. That split-second difference on the bomb going down, I could see it happening, and it was like a car crash. That no-scope coming in from Nikodos, I think it was, really made the difference there. Forced them to go in for another kill, and the timing was off. They didn't give themselves enough time to be able to get the bomb down. It was very close to the wire. A little bit too close. Now we go into this next round. Economy, again, just broken. They've gone into pistols. A rifle on a Rusty. Draken with their AWP again. Realizing that their backs up are against the walls. So if they lose this one, we'll be seeing a save going into the 15th round for Fnatic. And potential 15th round. Anyway, oh, solid kill. But the trade's going to be coming out very fast. Draken going to be able to take Nikodos as well. That is the entry they need. 3v3 advantage for Fnatic in regards to guns.
Again, though, bro, the rotational play from this Fnatic side is just a bit too strong. Fasher ahead of the Molotov will manage to find one. Tech9 can't beat Mezzy. It's all down to Draken on the AWP. Nice shot onto the first. He's got the bomb. Gonna fake out the plant. Fasha's got a fantastic angle to deal with him. Spots the shadow, finishes him off. That's 14 for fnatic. Goodness gracious me, not a chance in these rounds. Again, they will be kicking themselves so hard. Because that round where the bomb nearly went down looked like their best chance yet. They'll have a buy into this one. 14-13. fnatic yet to lose a round on their CT side, and they do not show any signs of slowing down.
I would say just like how close this is, but considering how well fnatic have been doing on their CT side, it is absolutely nuts. Same can be said obviously for GODSENT, but fnatic have now taken over. Just really putting them to work. And Roy, he should not be allowed to get that double kill. Just spraying and praying and going in for the third as well. These players are just falling so easily. It's just, there's just no contest. They're floundering like fish at this point, unable to get a grasp on anything. If they get onto a site, it's a crazy change in dynamic for them. Plopsky looking to find the first kill. That's going to be Mezzy going down. He knows that Roy's going to be somewhere close, but doesn't expect him to be right standing next to him. That's going to be the fourth kill on the board for Roy, who's finally coming alive on the CT side.
Yeah, man. Again, disastrous stuff from GODSENT. They've just got no pressure anywhere, so fnatic are able to play 1-2 players in rotation positions and make sure they can just rotate really fast. You know, they have no pressure over towards B or short, not winning out on the connector fights, not really doing anything towards middle. Like I said, their default is just all over the place on the GODSENT side of things, and fnatic are abusing that massively. And they're looking set to find themselves a flawless half. 13-2 it was, by the way. So we've already got 13 rounds in a row coming through from fnatic. But yeah, GODSENT, just like I said a few rounds ago, kind of clueless here on the T side of things, and it really does show.
ZTR going to be left with a Glock. He's going to be Mr. Utility Man.
He's got 1,000. There we go. I was going to say he's got 1,000 in the bank. He ran back for that.
Yeah, I think he realized last moment. Nicodo is playing aggressive, does fall back after not getting that first initial pick. Chucks a nade out, going to be backing off. Full bang is going to do 5 points of damage from Roy. And Roy's changed up his position. You can see a 4-stack over towards this B site. fnatic reading into this, and they can, by the time we see a presence from GODSENT over towards the A site, if they decide to go for that, the rotation will already have happened. I'm calling that now from fnatic. It does seem like they are going to be poking their way over towards B, which, God, this has been read so well via fnatic.
This is a more conventional round from GODSENT as well. This is the thing, you know, we're expecting rounds like this a bit more often. And, yeah, really well read, like you say, that it's something they've not really gone for at all. Oh, contact flash is almost perfect there. Flash comes round from the T side. Crim's going to be able to find one. Where's the trade at? All the flashes. And right now, it's that CT side coming out on top. Just going to be Draken. Can't get it done. 16-13. And they won 14 rounds in a row on the fnatic side to make that happen. Absolutely incredible stuff. Could not write.